Yes, sir. That's a cold one. That's a cold one. Look, check this out. Look, I was talking to one of my good friends today or whatever, right? And he's well off. We were talking about something. I don't know how we got on this subject. Yeah, I was talking about one of my clients. He said, man, what it is, man, you got your foot on their neck. I said, I said, I said, man, why? He said, man, you got your foot on their neck, and a lot of people don't like it. He said, but what it is, man, you got that security blanket, which is your full-time job. I said, all right. So we went down that whole road of that, right? She said, man, he said, I'm not a big risk taker. He said, but why don't you just play it safe? I said, what you mean? He said, well, why don't you get you some help next year and keep doing what you're doing? And then in a sense, he was like, you'll be all right. Because he was like, you know, your full-time job, take care of your insurance and all that, and then you still making your money. I said, man, I'm really not even trying to do that. I'm not about to kill myself next year how I killed myself this past year. I just don't want to fool with none of that. And we was just talking about, you know, flying under the radar, you know, making it through life. And like for instance, I'm gonna give you a little background of his story. He never punched the clock. He worked for his father, and then he started his own business. And that was that. He got a few rental properties, a store, this, that, and the other. So he's, in a sense, he's floating under the radar. Then he cutting grass and all this. I'm going to be honest, I'm not trying to float under the radar. If that was the case, I wouldn't have created a Google profile and chased all these Google reviews. And we was talking. He was like, man, we were talking about employees. And he was saying, man, he said, get you some help and just 1099 them. I said, no. I said, my first year, I might run with some help. I might not even tax them. I said, but that second or third year, you getting on payroll. Well, man, you got to pay payroll taxes. You got to pay workman's comp. I said, man, I don't care about none of that. If the money, I'm going to do it right. If the money rolling in, then I'm going to do it right. We'll just up that price. And that's when he said. He said, man, look at my truck and look at your truck. Now, he got a nice truck, look good, rims on it. He pulled a little 6x10, run with 160, a few weed eaters, and some help. It's sometimes you can step back and say, I don't need a 14 foot, I can get away with a 10. I don't need an F250, I can get away with a 150. It all depends if you're trying to fly under the radar or if you're trying to go all the way up with it. And he was saying, man, just 10.9, you know, and that's what I was saying, you know, as far as the 1099 and all that situation. And like, he was like, far as my truck in traffic, you know, it's just a regular truck. Far as yours, you're a company truck, kind of more like a Sue magnet. They got insurance for that. I don't worry about none of that. And then we was talking about, I said, yeah, I understand that, but like I say, it's insurance in place for that. And then we was talking about health insurance, right? Because, see, he was saying, man, look, if you keep your full-time job, right? He said, listen to me. And I let him talk. He said, look, keep your full-time job. Stay on the shift you on. Hire you some good help. Monday through Thursday, run with your help. Friday, kick back. Saturday, you kick back. And then Sunday, you kick back. And then go to work Monday. I said, man, and he said, hold on, let me finish. He said, that way, your full-time job, take care of your insurance, because if you buy insurance for your family outright, it's high. You know, you got that security blanket. Then you can keep your foot on their neck. You got your full-time job. You got help. You learning how to run employees. You're 1099. and you just coast on through. I said, that's good if you want to fly under the radar. I'm not trying to fly under the radar. I said, number one, with the insurance situation. Health insurance for when you buy health insurance, I've been looking into this for quite some time now. When you purchase health insurance for yourself and for your family, and you running a business, health insurance is 100% write off. The doctor bill isn't a write off. The health insurance is. So if it's $1,000 a month to cover you and your family, or $1,200, whatever it is, let's just say $1,000 a month. You pay that from January to December. That's $12,000. That's a whole $12,000 write off. Look at your pay. Well, at my full time job, insurance is paid with pre tax dollars on my check stub. That's neither here nor there. I said number two. That sound good? What you saying? Keep your full time job with your security blanket, and then hire you some help. I said it's only one. It's only four people gonna be lose out in that situation, and that's my family. Because I'm cutting all day and then I'm going to work all night. I'm not doing that next year. I'm not doing that next year. I said at number three, I'm not trying to work Monday through Thursday. Shut it down Friday. Shut it down Saturday. Shut it down Sunday. I'm trying to grow this thing, and with me trying to grow it, it's gonna be more work coming in. You're gonna have to work some Fridays, some Saturdays. I'm not trying to work every Friday and Saturday, but it's not going to be a perfect situation when you're working Monday through Thursday and that's it, weekend off. But I understand what he was saying. You know, that's the safe way. That's the good way to fly under the radar. All right, now, the next situation, far as health insurance, people do think their way about health insurance for their family. Two of my daughters are going to a speech therapist, and I talked to them far as how much that'll be out of pocket. Far as you don't have insurance. Okay, how much this is out of pocket? It's $150. They go once a week, which is on Mondays. That's $150 per person. I got two kids in speech therapy, so without insurance, it's $300 a week, which boils down to $1,200 a month. So you might as well go ahead and just buy the insurance. And not only that, I got other things I need insurance for, which is not for the internet. But anyway, if I'm gonna do it, man, I'm gonna do it right. Okay. To each his own on how they run their business. Like you say, you might want to fly under the radar, and that sounds good. You fly under the radar. You know what I'm saying? You make your money. You got your full-time job. You don't report all your money. You report some of your money, your 1099, your help. I just don't want to do that. I just don't. If I'm going to do it, let's do it right. I don't mind paying taxes on what I make. I don't care nothing about that. Uncle Sam on here. That's fine. I'm going to make mine. If I need health insurance for my family, I'm going to get health insurance. Well, it may be high. Man, if you can't afford $1,200 to $1,000 to $1,200 a month, you need to stay at your full-time job. You don't need to be trying to be out here running no business. Because if you're making $5,000 to $15,000 a month, you can't spare $1,200 a month, which is all a write-off, to get you some good health insurance. Because ain't no way around it. You're gonna need it. I understand what he was saying. Fly under the radar. You ain't got to put your name on your truck. Man, I want you to see me in traffic. I want you to see me in these subdivisions. Better yet, I was out cutting today, and I had a lady double back and take a picture of my truck, got my info. She told me she got my info. The only thing is, I don't service the area she's looking work for. So it is what it is on that tip. But then you got to have commercial auto insurance. Buy it. Put that all in your budget. It goes down to knowing your numbers. You can't run out here and cut for $30 and $40 and $50. Can't do landscape jobs for $400, $500. You have to have all that written down in your budget. You have to know how much money you need to bring in. So I can't cut that yard for 40. I got to get 70 on up, and that's what you got to get. Like I just gave a quote the other day. A client called, wasn't happy with the people they had. They wanted me to come look at it, told me everything they wanted. I told them it was going to be $120 a cut. Guess what? I haven't heard back from them. Well, could I have done it for $80? Yeah. Did I want to do it for $80? No, I want $120. It's a headache yard. It's not no easy yard. It's a headache yard. So I want 120. They want to pay 120. Well, keep it moving, man. Look, it's. I just believe in paying your toll. If you got to get to the other side of the water, pay the toll to get over there. I don't believe in trying to. Don't take this the wrong way. Like I can get over. I can get my wife to get on Section 8. We got 4 kids. We can get on Section 8. All right. We could have never got married. We had kids. Put her on Section 8. All right. Now we staying in from my understanding, Section 8, you can get a house. And the government pay that, and you got to pay like $40 a month. I could have moved in with them. Ran my business where all my business is cash money under the table. Okay. My kids on Medicaid. Nothing wrong with that. I don't know if adults can get on Medicaid. I don't know, but whatever. So we got Section 8, we got Medicaid, we got food stamps. What else? At one point, if you was on Section 8, they would give you a free cell phone, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know if they still do that, but I remember my sister was on Section 8. I think she still is. And they was giving her a free cell phone. And income tax time, shoot, they get about 15, 20,000. Depends how many kids you got. I got 3 kids, so we'll be getting back about 12, 14 if you're on Section 8 and the woman don't make that much. Now, I could have slid under the radar just like that, pocketed all my money. We could have lived a good life, right? And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm not trying to say this to sound arrogant or cocky, but I just believe in a man paying his fair share. You got to pay your fair share. Ain't no shortcuts in life. Like in Mississippi, I'm in Mississippi, and if I'm not mistaken, they was giving out food stamp cards. Like if your child was in school, I think they was giving out food stamp cards where each child, it's a one-time thing where the child, I think it's $360 per child if you have kids in school. We have 2 kids in school. So that would have been like a one-time $720 food stamp card. Somehow or another, we never got ours. We put the paperwork in. Listen, I told my wife this. I'm not jumping through hoops for no $700. I don't care nothing about your food stamp card. If you're going to give it to me, give it to me. Need to fill out the paperwork, we fill out the paperwork. All right, but then it always goes back to either you make too much. I don't care nothing about that, man. I don't need your $700. If you're going to give it to me, give it to me. We done filled out the paperwork once. I'm not filling it out twice. I'm not calling you. I'm not jumping through hoops for your $700. Groceries will be bought with or without your food stamp card. Mr. Uncle Sam or government or EBT, whoever's over all that. I don't care nothing about that. If I'm able-bodied and able to go to work and make it happen, I'm going to make it happen. Now, if you're going to give me that $700, give it here. But don't keep telling me we got to jump through hoops to get it, because I'm not doing all that. So I feel as though, look, I'm going to say this, and I got to go get ready to go to my full-time job. I remember I had a fast food job. I was working with this one girl. They wanted her to move up to management. She wanted to stay a shift leader. And I asked her why she wouldn't move up. And this is exactly what she told me. She said if I move up, they would give me a raise, and I will lose all of my Section 8 status. I said, well, what's that? You don't want to elevate and do better? She said, I am in a 3-bedroom, 2-bath house in a nice area, and I pay $63 a month. And she said, and I get a check to pay my water bill. She said, I got to pay my lights. My kids on Medicaid, so I don't need this insurance the job is offering. She said, and when I get my check, I pretty much do what I want with it. So I don't want to have to move up to start paying for all that. So I'm going to stay right here where I'm at. And that's fine if that's the attitude you have. There's nothing wrong with that. As long as your kids are eating, you are surviving, more power to you. I don't want to live like that. I just want just a little bit more out of life, if nothing's wrong with that. So talking to my friend early, like I say, he said he want to fly under the radar. Nothing wrong with that. Awesome guy. He's making a decent living, and I'm not saying I'm trying to fly over the radar, but I'm just gonna pay my toll. I'm gonna pay my fair share. And guess what? When everything's said and done, when we get to the other side, when we both hit 50 or 60 or whatever, you ain't gonna been a lost nothing. I ain't gonna been a lost nothing. You gonna been a gain something. I'm gonna been a gain something. I can't tell you how to run your life and run your business, and nobody's gonna tell me how to run mine. So to each his own. Stay humble. One more thing I wanted to say for this video get too long. My full-time job wrote me up. Talking about that's when I caught the flu when I was sick. Talking about you missed too much time, don't let it happen again. Or we're gonna have to go to HR and have a meeting. I started to tell that man when he gave me that paperwork, I started to say, look here, man, y'all just don't know y'all on probation. Y'all got 136 more days and y'all are fired.